Well, it's Friday the 19th of July. For you, anyway. For me, I'm recording this on Monday the 15th. I do hope the eclipse on the 16th treats you well, though I suspect that it may produce more tension in everyone. But with Uranus, Mars, and Mercury all in a row, there's a reason that this is called the meat grinder season. This is episode 1916 of 301 Permanently Moved.online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded, and edited in 1 hour by me at the JMO. As mentioned, this episode is coming to you from the past. As it goes up, I'll be well into my time at Sonar Plus D in Barcelona. I have a panel commitment on Tales of the Next Internet, and also should be doing a bunch of press stuff talking on solarpunk. I'll post about it once it's online, I'm sure. I should also mention that Fiverr have put up the mini documentary on world building from the Terror Fiction Coded Matters Festival I spoke at in Amsterdam last year. So I've been thinking a lot recently about Complicity. First spurred by a conversation with Benedict Singleton last year, but I'm only now beginning to work through its implications. This kind of picks up on previous threads from other shows, like the recent episode I did on the Dark Forest, but also shows like Your Attention is Sovereign and Don't Feed the Machine from last year. As time passes, I'm becoming more and more aware every time that I interact with social media that I am complicit. Complicit that every tweet is feeding the machine that has been built and designed in such a way to convert our attention into money. Each and every tweet gives the machine more value and more power over you and other people. Interacting with surveillance capitalism in any form is bad for everyone, and I'm beginning to come around to the opinion that perhaps there is a case to be made by someone other than me that interacting with social media in its current extractive form is morally wrong. However, at this point in my life, I am a coward. If I had the guts, I'd follow my hero status friends and just delete my Twitter account and walk away like I did Facebook years and years ago. I have friends who, when they've left Twitter, it changed their lives. Their mental health improved, they lost weight, and gained a self-assurance that seemed almost palatable. Correlation doesn't mean causation, of course, but it is remarkable to witness firsthand in others. Quitting Twitter does seem like the nuclear option to me, though. And yet my browser stats plugin says that on any given day, 21% of my time is spent on the Bird site. 1/5, with other roughly equal amounts split between YouTube and Google Docs. Only 1/5 of my time at my computer is spent actually working. And I work for myself. I need to continue to get better at taking responsibility for my attention and where I put it. In the last year or so, this insistence on responsibility has emerged as an aggressive stance towards social media using all the tools available to me, but the stats show I'm still losing, but the responsibility is still my own. However, I have found that by reducing some of the things that anger, annoy, or stress me out, it means that I have a far shallower emotional engagement with my feed now. On this front, I appear to be winning. I may be repeating myself from other episodes, but I have all retweets turned off for everyone I follow. I have all metrics hidden, retweets and likes, follow accounts, etc. If I see something stupid, in my opinion, by someone that replies to a tweet, I immediately mute them. If it's egregiously stupid, I straight up block them. If someone I know is going on about something I don't care about, I'll mute them for 24 hours. I have a long list of muted words in my Twitter tools: Brexit, FBPE, Boris, Billy Bragg, a bunch of other stuff. I'll also freely admit that if something terrible happens in the world, that gets immediately muted too. People making fun of things like a politician or something someone said on Twitter gets an immediate mute also. Maybe this makes me a terrible person. I don't think so. I'm just being honest with you all. At Top Left Brick on Twitter has been campaigning for people to be more open and honest about their filters for a while. You should follow them and support their open transcripts work too. So I know there are some objections about not being well informed. It seems irresponsible not to be a well-informed citizen. I saw a panic piece in The Guardian recently that 32% of people regularly avoid news, up from 29% in 2018. This is good, mainly because most news isn't news, it's infotainment. I'd much rather know about a bunch of topics that interest me deeply than know about what's going on in the circus that is the public news sphere. I like following eccentric retired British men in sheds building dangerously fast electric bikes more than I like the news. I like people who make weekly vlogs and keep me updated on the comings and goings of the plastic residents who live inside their train sets in their loft. I like watching people painting Warhammer models on Twitch and discussing the law. And of course, I enjoy copious amounts of farmer and gardener YouTubes, and the witches who live in the woods. All watched under the DF YouTube app. No ads, no recommended videos, no comments, just people making videos for the love of it. It was the dream of the web that I first surfed in the late 90s and still cling to that dream from deep in the shadows of the dark forest.